guys, Matthew Morrow, MorrowInvest.com. I'm here to bring you another 2-minute tip of the day. So I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. I took a trip to Israel for a month, which was pretty awesome. I'll tell you guys about that in another video. I've had a lot of deals going on. I've had new students that have come on board to our Morrow Invest family, and so I've been very busy the last few months. But I'm back, and I wanted to share with you guys another tip. So one of the things you're going to do, and one of the things that I talk about in our mentorship, is that the majority of homes are not actually on the MLS that are for sale. Let me say that again and maybe say it another way. If you spoke to a realtor, they're going to tell you the majority of the homes for sale are on the MLS. I would disagree with this because in my view as an investor, everything is for sale. Okay? Everything is for sale. So not just the things that are listed. Now, if you said all of the majority of the homes that are for retail buyers are on the MLS, I would absolutely agree with you. So any of the signs that you see with a realtor's name on it, whether it be Keller Williams or Aronoff or Century 21 or whoever, is going to be on the MLS because that's what the realtors do. They're going to go, and that's part of their thing, is they're going to go on the MLS and create a profile for that property and everything, and that's how they share it. And if you're a retail buyer, that's more than likely how you're going to find a house. But as investors, that's not necessarily where we're looking. You know, once a realtor and a broker has gotten a hold of a property, they're going to already try to get the maximum amount they can for that property. And that's not where we're going to make our money, because if we're investors, the majority of us are looking for added value. We're looking for a place that we can go in and put our sweat equity and clean the place up, do the hedge, do the paint, and do the carpet, all those things ourselves. Now, one of the things that happens is you're going to find a lot of vacant properties. This is what this video is about, actually. I want you to make sure you are being very, very careful. I cannot stress this enough. I've never really thought about my own safety per se. As I've gone through, I'm a big guy. I'm 6'2", 265 depending on the day, and so I've never really been scared necessarily. But I have gone into multiple places, especially abandoned apartment complexes, but houses as well. I have found where people have stolen the air conditioning unit from outside and have literally drug it into the living room, and that's where they're not only sleeping, but they are taking the thing apart in the living room. Back when copper was expensive, people were stripping things for copper. I've walked in to places that were boarded up and started walking around, and when I went into a back room, there's a lit cigarette. Now, I can tell you your adrenaline will jump when you're all of a sudden not thinking that you're alone, and it can get quite scary. So one of the things that I do is I'm always beating on the walls and saying, hey, I'm coming in, I'm coming in. Now, it might sound silly even for me to do it right here, but when you're going into a place, most of those people that are having the unfortunate time of staying in an abandoned property are either kids or teenagers just playing. But if they do happen to be somebody that is homeless, they're trying to make the best of a really bad situation, and they're not out to harm you or anybody else. But even somebody that's scared can sometimes do stupid things. So make sure you're being smart about this and being careful. So you always want to make sure that you're making noise so that the people have time to get out of the way if that's the case. Now, every single time, without exception, if I ever went into a place and there was a lit cigarette, or I could tell that somebody was immediately living there, whether they would come back or not, I left the property. Okay? And you also have to be careful because people, some people are on drugs. You never know what's going to happen there. So you want to be careful. Now, again, I said earlier that I've never really considered my own welfare, my personal welfare, that much when going into these places. Like I said, I'm a big guy, so I just kind of go in. Sometimes I'll carry a bat. I don't have a gun. I don't carry a gun, but you could, but I now have female students that are part of my team, and for the first time ever, it struck me when I'm telling people like, oh yeah, this is how you identify a vacant property. This is the difference between an abandoned place or a bank-owned property. And sometimes it's okay to go in places and sometimes it is not. And I'm not talking about just going in any place you want to. That's trespassing and illegal. But I'm just talking about a place that is obviously vacant, doors are kicked in, those kind of things. It's the owner is long gone, and if it's owned by a bank, they are going to be more than happy to talk to you if you are bringing money to the table to say, hey, I know this place is abandoned. I looked at it. I would be glad to purchase this from you. They'll say thank you and ask for your offer. But as I now have females on my team, I just want you to be careful, because for the first time I was warning them as well. When you go into these places, you need to make sure that you have somebody else with you. Not only that, I recently sent one of my students was going out to look at purchasing a property, and she was meeting the owner and everything, and it hit me, hey, you need to have somebody with you, because she was going out into the country by herself with somebody that she does not know. And you know what? Everybody in this world is not, even though I like to think the best of everybody, I still also am very cautious and careful. So before you go off into a property with some stranger that you don't know, bring a second person for one, and be smart about it. If you get any kind of sense in your spirit that that's not a good thing to do, don't do it. There's other properties, okay? So make sure that when you're going into these properties that you're safe, you've done the research on them, and that also you're being smart about it. Use your common sense, use your brain. You know, if a big place says danger, warning, no trespassing, you know, and you can obviously see that there's Coke bottles and beer bottles, and there's things where people have been living there or playing there, or you can tell that they're recently been there, that might not be the best property to go in, and you might get the bank, or see if there is a realtor involved or something, and make sure. And let me give you just another tip here. Even if you're a realtor and you're watching this and you're licensed and have a broker and all that kind of stuff, I'm sure you've had these same safety classes where someone has told you to be careful when you're inspecting properties, and be careful when you show properties. It was just last year, I got a story sent to me about a young lady, a realtor, that was kidnapped, and some bad things happened to her when she was showing a property. She went missing. And so there are some really dangerous things that can happen. Now, that is not the overwhelming majority. 99% of your places are going to be safe. 99% of your people are good. So don't be scared of people, but I'm just telling you to be cautious, take care of yourselves so that you can make a good profit and bless your families. Hope you guys have a great day.